We're now going to talk about values and identifying people's values. Our governing values affect our goals in life and therefore affect our everyday tasks. So when we look at our daily tasks and we set some intermediate and long-range goals, we then need to focus on our values. Our governing values are those principles and qualities that are of highest priority. Many people throughout history have mentioned the importance of knowing your true values. Values are the foundation of our character and of our confidence. A person who does not know what he or she stands for, or what he or she should stand for, will never enjoy true happiness and success. The most important thing to remember is that we all, every one of us, has this set of values. And these values have a hierarchy or an order of most important to least important. We're now going to look at finding out what your 4 top values are and then link those to your goals and see how this then links to your daily tasks. By understanding this information on values about yourself, you will be able to use it to help others as well. This is a very powerful and little understood subject. Most people are so linked into societal values that they don't even really think about their own true values. Every one of us is armed with values, whether we know it or not, and those values determine how we sense, filter, understand and react to our world. By understanding this and trying to communicate in another person's values, you will always have their attention. The majority of people don't even realise they have this personal set of values, and they try to live their lives by the values society has set, and get frustrated because they're unable to live up to what they believe they need to. I'll give you some examples here of how values can make a difference. What I'm going to do is I'll take a husband and wife, and let's say her highest value is her children, raising, educating and clothing them, and looking after the family and the home. And the highest values for the husband may be making money, his business or his work, and or sports or motor racing, etc. Now put these two walking through a shopping centre together. As they walk through the shopping centre, she will see things that he doesn't, and he will see things that she doesn't. This is very common. We literally filter our world based on our highest values. She will see all sorts of things to do with the children and her values. So she'll see school and educational materials, clothing, things for the home, anything that aligns with her highest values. She will notice and literally filter out anything else. Now, he'll notice none of those things. In fact, he may even avoid those things. Now, he won't see these things that she does. He will see finance magazines, business tools and opportunities, sports and or car books and magazines, anything that helps him with his highest values. And I think you all know now from experience, those values can be vastly different, and that's another program in itself. Add the children to this mix and their values, and we have a recipe for disaster sometimes. So you see how our values determine how we see ourselves and the world around us? Every second of every day, we literally project those values onto the world, and we determine our reality according to those values. It's only by understanding this information and then knowing your true values, you can start to see how it influences how others see you, how you see them, and therefore communicate with each other. In the case of a new client, by finding out their needs to be able to better help them with your product or service, this is essential, just as it is if you want a better relationship with your significant other. Because if you're not aware of their values, you will place your values on them and then judge them via your values. We may call someone lazy or dumb or an overachiever because they don't do what we think they should. They will simply have a totally different set of values to us and will probably be thinking the same thing about us. So don't downplay this. It's a very important link to true communication with another person. So, how do you start to understand your own values, let alone those of anyone you want to have any sort of meaningful relationship with? Start by having a look at a few areas in your life, such as how you fill your space, how you spend your time, what you spend your money on, what you talk about, what you think about, what makes you smile and what makes you frown. And I want you to write it down. Make the list and add to it as you think of more. To help here, I'll give you some examples. Fun, honesty, competency, humility, productivity, positive attitudes, serve others, success, love, security, power, passion, comfort, just to name a few. Nothing gives so much direction to a person's life as a sound set of principles. That was Ralph Waldo Emerson. Next, what we do is quite exciting. It's the playoff. To do the playoff, what we do is step 1, by really thinking about some of the things you wrote down in the last section and adding to them until you have a list of at least 10 values you hold very true. This list can and will grow as you get better at defining what you really believe in. Now, step 2. Just as they do in different sports, play the first entry against the second, then the third against the fourth, fifth against the sixth, and so on. Yes, you really need to think about this a lot to get all of your values to the surface by asking yourself, which of these two do I value most? Eventually, you'll get to a point where there'll only be 3 or 4 values left. If you then prioritize them, you have the beginning of your true values. This exercise may take a few times just to get past the junk, but it is so worth the small effort it takes. You can also add to the list at any time. This list can change as you do. It can get bigger. And as you change, it's okay for your values to change. I have a small pad and pencil with me on a daily basis, and I just write them down as they come to mind. As you move through this process, you'll start to really understand what motivates you to do or not do just about everything in your life, and you'll discover what your highest values are. And this determines what you will or will not do. This is such great information. You literally have no problem doing what's high on your value list and find it hard or need external motivation to do what's lowest on your value list. I have been working on this for a number of years now, and I know my top 3 are fun, freedom, and health. And do you know what I have most of in my life? So do it. Do your values play off. Go for it. What have you got to lose except some tired old values that are holding you back in life? As Jim Rohn said, the major value in life is not what you get. The major value in life is what you become. So write down your governing values and then write in point form 4 actions you are going to take now to achieve this value in your daily life and work, and always stated in the present tense. An example here of rules for moving towards your governing values. Just say the value is organisation. Step 1, I'm now spending 10 minutes each evening to plan the next day's schedule. Step 2, I write and achieve all of my daily goals. Step 3, I now move towards my long-term goals by being more organised with my time. And step 4, I am working on my priorities first and achieving more each day. Nothing has any power over me other than that which I give it through my conscious thoughts. That's another great one by Anthony Robbins. A great tool that I've used in my professional life is to have a questionnaire to use to find out more about my clients' values, and therefore being able to link what they want to achieve with their highest values. The only way to be able to do this is to start by understanding yours. Then by focusing on the long-range goals, you can actually start to implement intermediate then daily tasks, which will bring you in line with your long-range goals and ultimately your values. A great question to ask is, someday, when I have the time, I'm going to. Now fill in the blank. Write down the answer, as this will help you focus your goals to what you truly value and want to achieve in your life. The keys to effective goal planning, they must be supported by your governing values. They need to be measurable, action-orientated, realistic and time-dimensioned. And then we need to identify those immediate steps. So let's say here, if the value is health and fitness, the long-range goal may be, 1 year from today, I will be fit, exercising a minimum of 30 minutes a day, 6 days a week. Then you need to prioritise intermediate goals and give them deadlines. So the first one, I have had a physical to determine my current physical condition and any health risks. The second one, I have chosen the aerobic exercise I enjoy most. Next, I have formulated an exercise plan according to how much exercise I must do to reach an ideal fitness level. After that, I am exercising 20 minutes a day according to my plan. I have gradually worked up to exercising 45 minutes a day every other day and a 20-minute aerobic session daily. I am at my ideal fitness level, exercising an hour a day. To the last step, I am maintaining my fitness level, exercising 30 minutes a day. Now we have some suggested categories for setting goals as well. Goals can be orientated around family, career, your company, physical, educational. They can be spiritual, humanitarian or financial. Once you have determined your true values and your long-range goals, then set your intermediate actions and daily tasks. You'll need to keep a daily planner to be able to keep track on how you are going and to set out and plan your time more effectively to reach your goals. Can you see how once you have done this for yourself, you will be able to help other people as well? Using the example above, write a template you'll use to help your people align their goals with their values. This information on values is very, very important, and it needs to be implemented. Once you find out what your true values are, and if you can align yourself with other people's values, you will find your communication skills will just take off. So there you go. Start getting to know your own true values. It's not hard. Next, we're going to talk about personality types and how it makes a difference to communication. Psychologists have identified 4 distinct personality types. They've been called many things over the years, so I'll use the simplest terms here. Firstly, we have the sanguine or blue personality. They are party people, extroverted, fun. They love to be around positive people and laugh loudly. Then we have the choleric, who are the red. They're often called the A-type personalities. They're very driven. They're goal-orientated and future-focused. Next, we have melancholic, or the green. They're analysts. They'll make a list and go over details and want to know the ins and outs of every decision they make. And the phlegmatic, or the yellow, the hippies of the world in the nicest way. They're the sensitive to others type, and they're always about the effects on others and more concerned about how their actions will impact others. They're the carers. Now, everyone leans towards one of these types. We all have all of these traits, but in different amounts, and that's what makes it interesting. If you can learn to understand what excites, motivates, irritates, and frustrates these different personality types, you'll be well on your way to helping people to listen to you. So you should probably consider how each personality type reacts to words and attempt to use words that each type responds to well. Sanguine personalities agree to take action when they believe the action will give them approval, attention, or fun. Some sanguine words are fantastic, fun, wonderful, recognition, awesome, easy, picture this, you want it, looks great, and latest thing. Choleric personalities agree to take action when they believe the action will help them to achieve their goals, save them time, or give them control over their destiny. Choleric words are now, immediate, try it, fast, results, what do you think, today, cutting edge, get it done, and right away. Melancholic personalities agree to take action only after they've analysed all options and observed all data. They like to organise their thoughts, reach obvious conclusions, and live an orderly life. Melancholic words guarantee, evidence, analysis, research, experts, logic, proof, data shows, and think. The phlegmatic personalities agree to take action only when they believe that the action will benefit those they love, keep people happy, make situations run smoothly, and bring harmony into the lives of everyone around them. Some phlegmatic words are help, no hurry, no risk, trust, reliable, promise, secure, and comfortable. Try it out. Step by step. Does this make sense? Give these words a try and you'll be amazed at how effective they are. But be careful, if you use choleric words on phlegmatic people, you'll only make them nervous. And if you use sanguine words on melancholic people, their brains may not compute. And if you use melancholic words on sanguine people, you'll never ever keep their attention. And if you try phlegmatic words on choleric people, they will think you're wasting their time. However, if you can learn to speak the language of the various types correctly, your words will have amazing impact. And remember, you are the only person on earth who can use your ability to do this. So here, active listening is the tool needed to be able to better pick out and respond to all the different personality types. And don't be too quick to label everyone and tell them what type you think they are. Everyone has a mixture and may not see themselves as you do. So tread carefully and listen, 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 and then listen some more. You'll soon be labelled a fantastic communicator because you really listened to someone and were genuinely interested in what they were saying. Yes, that's right. The real trick to effective communication is to listen and really care about people. Lastly, we have communication styles, and I've included a great self-assessment tool here for you to use. By completing this self-assessment and looking at the information about each style of communication, it will enhance the rest of the information we've spoken about. And it'll give you an effective tool to use with people you want to communicate better with. And just as an end note, this is just the beginning. There are so many great books, tools, DVDs, and people willing to share their story with you about how to increase the quality of your life via learning the valuable art of communication. I suggest that you go over this information often and ask yourself and others great questions about your values and gaining rapport and listening to the full stop, until one day you'll just realise that you're able to communicate so much better and your relationships with everyone around you is enhanced and your life is enriched by virtue of understanding yourself first so much better. You will naturally understand others. I hope you enjoyed the program and thank you.